Hello, it's Sadie. I am filming this on Earth Day, 4/22/23. Happy Earth Day. We should all just appreciate this beautiful Earth and all of the abundance and the beauty that she provides us every day. I didn't think I'd be making this video, but Spirit was giving me a lot of downloads about the energy of May, and so here we are. This is a collective May 2023 energy reading. So it's going to be focused more on the collective energy, everything that's going to be happening in the earth, kind of in the world, in society. I do have to legally say for entertainment purposes only, because there is not so much predictions in this video, but more what my guides like to say is potentials of what this energy could bring into the collective. And so for entertainment purposes only, please always use your own intuition and your own discernment, and trust what your heart and your inner guidance is telling you at all times. All right. With that, let's get into the energy of May. May is a pivotal month. It is a big turning point. It is the number 5. So 5 is about change. 5 could also be challenges, could be conflict. And 5 can be sometimes a very unstable energy. We are all feeling that now in varying degrees, in different ways, but it is a powerful time of transformation. We are also right now in Taurus season, in between eclipses and in Mercury retrograde. And so there's a lot happening. It is very intense. You may be feeling this in a very physical way in the body. Be gentle with yourself. Drink lots of water, get lots of rest if you can, and just understand that this too shall pass. Everything that is taking place right now is happening for us, not happening to us. And if you can look at everything from a very neutral observer perspective and have a positive mindset, regardless of what is happening around you, regardless of the chaos in the collective, you will navigate through these energies just fine. One of the things is, like I said, this is going to be more of a collective energy reading for May, and it's a companion video to the Taurus season and eclipse season video that I did, also the Mercury retrograde video that I did. But this video, even though I'm going to be focusing on the collective, there were some things that I'm going to give some guidance that I was given from my guides to share that can help you navigate through this time. Okay, so let's get started with the energy. May is a 5-month. So in the collective, energetically, what I am feeling really, really strongly for the month of May is an energy of the 5 of Cups. So loss, disappointment, sadness. There is a strong energy of grief for many people, and an energy of 5 of Pentacles. This could be illness or injury as well, because to me, this is an illness or injury card. This person has bandages here. This also is an energy of lack, feeling like there's not enough, feeling like resources are tight. And these energies are going to be very, very strong in the collective for the month of May. The other energies that I am feeling very, very strongly for the month of May as well is the 7s. These very, very strong 7 of Swords, trickster energy, deceptive energy, manipulative energy, playing out in the collective. Misinformation, disinformation, controlling narratives. It's very, very strong right now. And it's been strong for a while, but it's very, very strong right now. And I feel like May is going to continue this energy with this trickster sort of Beth energy that's taking place as well. This is really a time to be mindful of what you invest in, your resources, your money. Again, because there is this energy of Beth, and it literally can be related to money and resources because of the pentacles, and an energy of loss that is very, very strong. And there's also this energy of confusion. I'm going to use it as 7 of Cups. Things not being what they seem, things being presented in a way that maybe are kind of delusional or misrepresented is a good word. Again, and that goes into this theft energy, confusion energy. All that glitters is not gold. So it's a time where it's just really important to use your discernment and your intuition in all areas, okay? The one good thing though is in the tarot, because we are in a 7-year, it is the Chariot. Staying balanced, coming into balance, moving forward, victory, triumph over obstacles, success, achievement. That is very, very possible during this month of May, because it is a 5-month Hierophant, which is higher wisdom, higher guidance. And so the main message for this month of May for you guys individually is if you can use your wisdom, your higher guidance to navigate all of these tricky energies and stay balanced, you will be just fine. You're going to end this month having some big achievement and big success, all right? If you, though, kind of fall into fear-based thinking, negativity, acting from a place of fear, acting from a place of ego, and get imbalanced, this energy could really trip you up. Because May is very, very changeable, okay? And so it's just to be mindful that those are the energies playing out in the collective. The other big energies playing out in the collective this month of May is there is a strong energy of rebirth. You have the Judgment card. Spirit, though, wanted me to use this card as, I was hearing karmic absolution or karmic completion. So there is huge ending of cycles, karmic cycles for us individually. There is a lot of ascension. There is a lot of raising of vibration. There is a lot of positive and new beginnings and rebirth energy coming in very, very strongly. There's also this energy of coming full circle, moving to the next level, hitting a feeling of inner mastery. And many people around the world are going to experience this. How this plays out, though, in the collective is the Tower. Because of karmic absolution and karmic completion and completing of cycles and moving to the next level, it's almost like a big change of the old guard, okay? And with that change, it could bring about sudden, shocking events that bring endings and big transformation on the world stage. This Tower energy is very, very strong right now too, because Uranus is in Taurus, and Uranus is going to be in Taurus for, I think we're in 23. So until 2025, I believe, or 2026, it could be even later. So this energy of the wild card, and that's why things are so changeable right now, is because so many of us had completed soul cycles that we were on divine assignment to do. and we're rising up, we're ascending to the next level. It's going to bring about a lot of change, sudden change, and big changes, especially during the next 2 weeks in this eclipse portal that we're still in, because we have the lunar eclipse in Pluto, which is the energy of death and rebirth, but also death, change, transformation, evolution. And so this time, the beginning of May, I would say between now, so I'm filming this on Earth Day, which is 22nd of April. And some of these energies could really apply this upcoming week. And that's why I was guided to do this now. But between now, so the 22nd of April through like May 14th, I'm hearing this energy is going to play out the strongest. So sudden changes, sudden transformations, sudden deaths, could be a lot of accidents, could be a lot of illnesses, because this person's kind of on the ground. There's an idea that this person, it was like an illness, it was like the plague. I'm not saying that that's what's going to take place. I'm just saying that there's potentials for these energies to play out very, very strongly over the next few weeks. Okay, and so because of that, this is going to be the trickiest part to navigate through this timeline, because there is a shifting of timelines with the Wheel of Fortune, with the world. There is this movement, there is this full circle energy. With Judgment, there is rebirth, there is karmic completion, karmic absolution, but it also brings in this energy of finality. Because we're changing the old guard, there's this really, really strong energy of finality. One of the things Spirit said too was on May 1st, this is when Pluto goes retrograde. This energy is going to be very, very challenging for some, because it's like whatever's not meant for you on the new timeline, whatever is not of your highest good, is literally going to just be removed from your life. And this is on a collective level as well. So there could be huge changes in power, especially politically, huge financial changes, money shifts. I keep being given May the analogy of the bull, which is also related to the bull, which is like a bull market. And so there could be huge changes, endings, shocking tower moments to the investment markets, the financial sector. There also could be, because it is the world, we are in an earth sign with Taurus, big shocking events, earth events that take place. So Spirit was saying there could be a lot of extremes, extreme heat, extreme cold, snow in places that usually never get snow, or blizzards and storms at this time of year, which like usually wouldn't happen in late April or May. You could have extreme droughts. You also could have extreme water, which would bring floods or tsunamis. There could be also an uptake, like more earthquakes and more severe earthquakes, as well as sinkholes. And so just be mindful that all of these energies are taking place right now. The earth needs to purge and ascend as well. And so because certain cycles are ending out, it's like this burst of energy, this release of energy. That is the tower. You know, the lightning comes and it breaks down what was not a solid structure. And so that energy is very, very strong right now, okay? The other thing that Spirit was saying was over the next couple weeks as well, while Pluto is really being activated, Pluto is going to be activated first and foremost because it's going retrograde on May 1st. And then we have a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, on May 5th or 6th, depending on where you're at in the world. And so the Plutonian energy is going to be amplified more. And so because of that, it actually could bring in sudden deaths and illnesses for people in the collective, especially politicians and people in positions of power. The other thing that Spirit was saying was there could be a lot of tower events related to transportation. Now, there have been many train derailments that have had chemical spills, but more specifically, it was, I was given metro. So metro means metropolitan. It means like a metro rail, so something that is used for commuter vehicles. And so there could be some sort of event. Again, this is a potential event around a commuter train that would impact a lot of people where many people would. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to bring that through because it was coming through very, very strongly. The other thing during this time is with that event, there could be some, how do I want to say this? You know, there is this uptick of violence. And so there could be more mass violent events, that could bring a lot of harm to many people at one time. And so Spirit was just really saying, again, always trust your intuition. It is your inner GPS. It is your inner God protection system. You are protected as long as you listen. All right. One of the stories I love to tell all the time was 9/11. There was a model. I think she's still a model, but her name is Eliza Benitez. She was a Victoria's Secret model. And she was in Miami. She was about to board the plane and was going to be on her connecting flight, was one of the planes that ended up, I think, hitting the towers in New York. And at the time, she was dating a basketball player, and she just felt such anxiety at the airport. Like something came over her and she knew that she could not get on the plane. And she was, like I said, an international model. So flying was like part of her normal day, normal routine. She flew all the time. She was a Victoria's Secret model. She flew all over the world. But that specific day, something in her was like, absolutely not. She started having anxiety. She started having a panic attack. She called her partner at the time and was like, listen, I just have the worst feeling about this plane. I just have the worst feeling about getting on this flight. And he was basically like, if you feel that way, don't get on. And she didn't. But I always use that as my story of your body is going to tell you if something is wrong for you, if you shouldn't commute, if you shouldn't travel, if you need to take a different route, if you need to just have a flight canceled or have, a train trip canceled. If your body starts having those very, very strong physical reactions, listen to them. That trip is not worth it, okay? It's not worth it. And you will always be divinely directed and protected if you're listening to that inner guidance, okay? So you can infer what you want from that story. related to 9/11. But again, there is potentials for a large mass scale event because of the current energy that we are in. Trust your intuition. So I know that was a bit ominous, but here's the thing that is positive, all right? Is that after the energy, after the 14th, you're not going to feel that Plutonian energy as much. And then Jupiter, which is the benefic, it is expansion, luck, gifts, good fortune, moves into the sign of Taurus, okay? And so that is actually going to bring more balance, more stabilization to money, to finances, to what we value, because Venus is the ruler of Taurus. And that Venusian energy with Taurus and Jupiter is going to activate very strongly. So it's going to be sort of like a counterbalance to this energy. And so you'll still have the Tower playing out, but you'll have the Tower with the Wheel of Fortune, which means like sudden luck, sudden windfalls, sudden wealth. The Tower is not all bad. It's just a wild card. So it can be anything, and whatever energy that it's around is going to amplify. So earlier in the month, it's going to amplify this energy, but later in the month, starting on the 16th, it's going to amplify this energy. And so this is a time where really listen to the divine inspiration that comes in, because it literally could be like your $1 million idea, your $1 billion idea. Like, there's so much energy around expansion and luck and rebirth during this time, because it is the eclipse portal. So it's like the change of the old guard, and it's also the, shifting up into a higher timeline. So for some of you, towards the end of May, you could see like a complete entire shift of your world financially and in terms of success and money, like coming to a new level of money and wealth that you've never experienced before. So that's the really positive thing of this energy in May. But May is extremes. That's what Spirit said. So be mindful that the energy is going to be very extreme, and it could be extreme good or it could be extreme bad, okay? The other thing too that Spirit was saying with the Mercury retrograde. So let's talk about the retrograde and the Pluto retrograde for a minute. With the Mercury retrograde, I know typically it is a time where people say don't start anything new, don't sign any contracts, and so forth. But this one is a little bit different, just because it happened on a solar eclipse, okay? But also because that Pluto retrograde energy is going to be influencing it as well. And so this is kind of what Spirit was saying. If you take a job during a Mercury retrograde, all right, understand that it could be short term, but it's going to be exactly what you need to get you to where you want to be. There's a very, very strong energy of divine intervention, hand of fate, wheel of God, wheel of time, bringing you to the next step. And so because of that, because it all happened at the same time that we had a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, don't say no to opportunities that present themselves now. Just understand that they may not be long term, but they're going to be exactly what you need to get you to where you want to be. I'll give you an example. In 2012, I took a temp position. I was working at the courthouse and I took a temp position. It was during a Mercury retrograde. And I knew like, okay, this is not going to be long term. And it wasn't. It lasted about 8 months. But it's because through that position, I ended up meeting the person that I was going to work for and got a much better position, a much higher position. It changed my financial life. It changed my career for the better. And so that is what this energy is right now. It's almost like it's setting you up for success energetically. Especially if you've been doing the work and you've been, really focusing on your goals and your dreams and wanting to move forward. This gateway of time, this opportunity is setting you up for success. Now, yeah, the situation may not be long term, but it's going to be what you need to get you to the next level. And I would say even today, so it's 13 years later, it was one of my favorite jobs that I've ever worked. Some of the best people I've ever worked with, one of the best bosses I've ever had, but also that opportunity opened so many doors for me and it completely changed my life in a very, very positive way. And so that is also the energy of this time period. So don't lick a gift horse in the mouth. Same thing with moving, or same thing with like buying a home. Like you might get an opportunity to move, to relocate, to buy a place. And yes, it may not be a long-term thing that happens because it's happening during a Mercury retrograde, but it's going to be the thing that you need that's going to set you up for success for the long term. I would say that that position I took 13 years ago still positively impacts my life and influences my life today, even though I'm not in that same career. And so you never know who you're going to meet, where you're going to meet them, and the opportunities that the universe is going to present you. There is this energy of right place, right time right now. And again, because we are supported in our ascension, we are supported in rising up. A lot of us have completed a lot of karmic cycles. And so accept the opportunities that are presented without fear. Move forward fearlessly. One of the quotes, funny, this is a new tarot / bookstore / crystal store in my area. It's called the Dancing Elephant. They have an incredible assortment of tarot cards. I was like super impressed because of someone like me who really loves tarot, but like if you go to most places, they have the same like 15 to 20 decks. This place had like obscure decks, out of print decks. I was like, wow, they're incredible. www.dancingelephant.shop. I'm not getting promoted at all. I'm just, as someone who loves tarot, if you want like a diverse tarot collection, want to look at some different objects and tarot stuff, I highly recommend. But when I went recently and got a deck, they gave me this bookmark, and on the back of the bookmark it says, "Be bold and mighty forces will come to your aid." This is a quote from Goethe. And so that is really the energy of May. There's collective changes, there's personal changes, a lot of shifting and changing, a lot of timeline changes. But even through all the heavier energy, there's a lot of good luck. But you've really got to like take the bull by the horns. There's that bull analogy. You've got to take the bull by the horns. You've got to step into your power and leadership. And so be bold, and mighty forces will come to your aid. Spirit wants to support you. Your guides want to support you. They want to lift you up. They want you to live in the highest timeline. but you've got to be bold to do it. All right. The other thing with this energy too is because it is the bull. It's Taurus season, so it is the bull. It's Taurus season until about May 20th, and then it's Gemini season. So we will be shifting out of that bull energy. But right now, that bull energy is very strong. And so Spirit was kind of giving me the analogy I was seeing in my head. If you've ever seen those people who go to Spain and they run with the bull, right? There's some that get trampled by the bull, but there's others who run with the bull and are able to kind of navigate it in a very, very good way. And so Spirit was saying with this energy of the bull during this Taurus season, really just, you don't have to run with it, okay? You can see the bull and just decide, I'm not going to participate. And that is perfectly okay. But if you choose to run with it, you know, stay ahead of the crowd, stay ahead of the fray, and you'll be just fine. Again, it's this energy of using your wisdom, using what you know, using your intelligence in a way that will help you to navigate, stay balanced, and, you know, overcome any of these harsher energies that the collective is going to experience during this time. All right. You don't have to run with the bull. You don't have to run with the bull. You can stay balanced. You can stay in your higher wisdom. You can always trust your higher guidance, and it's going to move you forward, and it's going to always put you on the right path for success, because there is this big energy of success and fulfillment happening as well. All right, so that was a very, very long intro, but there's just a lot of energies happening. And so, you know, it's always good to be forewarned so that you can be forearmed. Again, strong energy around earth changes and weather events. And so just trust your intuition. It's always smart to have supplies on hand. If you were to go without power for a couple days, or if there were some sort of event where you couldn't get out of your house for a couple days, have the supplies that you need on hand for you and your family. All right, we're going to use the Sacred Spirit reading cards. I haven't used these for a while. So Spirit, let's see, spiritual guidance, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, guardians, and angels. What is the spiritual guidance for everyone, the collective, during this month of May? And what we could see in the collective as well. All right, nice. We have awakened spirit. So you are awakening, you are ascending. It says desire to change. So many souls in the collective are feeling this energy of awakening and a desire to change, a desire to connect with the divine. We still have Saturn and Pisces, which brings that deep level of wanting to have something more meaningful, something more authentic in life. And so this energy is very, very strong, individually and collectively. Shield your energy, look beneath the surface. Absolutely. Just keep shielding. Always be shielding. Always be cleansing. Always be shielding. There's just a lot of energy that is harmful during this time for your awakening. And so be mindful of that and choose not to engage with it. Secret temptation, being led astray. So this energy of temptation, that Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups energy, very, very strong. Use your discernment. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't take it on. And if it gives you sort of a funny feeling, shield your energy from it. Understand that this is a time of divine will. And so let go of fear with any of the changes that take place in the collective or individually in your life, because, you know, it's not our will, it's thy will. So understand and just surrender and say, thy will be done for the highest good of all. And it always will be. All right. And hidden realms. It says create conscious awareness. One of the messages I was getting that I forgot to bring through, but now that that card came out, I am definitely understanding it, is there is this interesting sort of integration. I was given the word reconciliation, of clearing up and cleaning up the old stuff. So this period of Mercury retrograde and Pluto retrograde is going to bring up past stuff. Now, not just past people, because that's like typical Mercury retrograde, you know, past people, past lovers, past friends, all these things. But this is actually like past hidden stuff that's hidden in your subconscious, stuff that's hidden in your auric field, stuff you thought you already cleaned up and dealt with. Because the Pluto retrograde for the collective, but also individually, is just a time to clean up the old stuff. And so this could bring up old fears or hidden fears, old traumas or hidden traumas, old illnesses. It's going to bring the hidden realms to the surface for all to see. And so that's why there could be a lot of endings and changes in the collective, because, you know, the darkness is coming to the light, the hidden realms are coming to the known realms for all of us to see. But also individually, it's also going to bring up past life stuff that might be hidden in your energy field or your subconscious that needs to be cleansed out, that is kind of been holding you back or holding you from fully taking that ascent, fully rising up into that world energy and your highest timeline. And so a lot of that stuff is going to come up to be seen, to be healed, to be dealt with during this time. So that could be a challenge for some of us as well. But understand, bottom of the deck, you are sacred, you are divine. With sacred divinity, it says there are two paths ahead. And there really are. You can choose the awakened path, or you can be led into temptation. You can be led astray because you're not aware of the hidden stuff that's underneath the surface, the hidden realms that need to be looked at and dealt with. Or you can shield your energy and actually take a look, do the shadow work, take a look beneath the surface and focus on your desire for change and your desire for awakening, and not let yourself be led astray by the secrets and temptations, because you're gonna see this is a time too in May. It's like with the timeline shifts and changes, people are going to fall out of your life. Things are going to change abruptly because there's these two paths, a path of divinity and a path of karma, a path of the higher realms and a path of awakening and a path of the lower realms and a path of temptation and that lower energy. And so the divide is going to be stronger. And when I say divide, I mean the divided consciousness. Those who are in the consciousness of their awakening spirit versus those who are in the consciousness of their ego and allowing themselves to be tempted and led astray. This also could be a time, May, where, and many well-known spiritual teachers and leaders, and we've already seen this energy come through, like stuff comes out about them, scandals come out, or information comes out about them that kind of shows the world their true self. Okay, so just understand everything is happening according to divine will. Again, it's happening for us, not to us. You always have a choice if you want to take the higher path or you want to take the lower path. That is your choice. You have free will, but you came to awaken and you came to ascend, and you truly are supported, even though it is challenging, even though it is a difficult process. You are truly supported and you are truly divinely directed and protected on your path to ascension, on your path to self-mastery and entering into the next level, on your path to the highest timeline, on your path to victory and success, on your path to higher wisdom. Okay, so with that, let's get into, I'm going to use Tarot of Mystical Moments, tap further into this energy of the collective for May. So I'm cutting the deck though, the star. So there is this beautiful energy of wish fulfillment, divine intervention. That is that Aquarius energy, which is the light, hope, renewal. Very, very important during this time. Also, the star is healing. So for many of you, and many collective, even if they go through heavier energies in the early part of May, overall, May is going to be a month that brings in a lot of healing. Higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, guardians, and angels of unconditional love. What other messages do you want to bring through for this month of May? Anything else? Okay. Seven of Cups came out. I'm just hearing choose wisely. Choose wisely. And for the collective, there could be, again, Seven of Cups is an energy of illusions, delusions, fantasies. It's also an energy of options. And so there could be many options and many paths that people have the ability to take at this time. For you individually, choose wisely. Choose from your heart. Choose from your soul. Your soul knows your path already, and so don't second guess it. Trust it. Because as you do, you come into justice. There's that karmic balance. There's that karmic absolution. There is the balancing of the scales, truth, justice, favorable outcomes for you. But also this could be an energy, because of the collective, a really strong energy of divine justice taking the forefront at this time. And so be aware that this energy is going to play out for us individually and collectively this month. Three of Pentacles. Continue doing the work. You're building something of beauty and value. This also is an increase of abundance. And it could be the collaboration of energies coming together. So, for things that break down in the collective, there could be businesses that merge or join together to kind of counterbalance anything that sort of ends or shifts or changes. So be aware of that. Nine of Pentacles, great wealth, financial abundance, but also financial security and independence. I'm really feeling this is going to be for that end of May energy when Jupiter goes into Taurus. Could be a lot of sudden wealth from work that was done in the past, things that you've been working on in the past, or things that the collective has been working on in the past. We have the Knight of Wands. Nothing's slowing down. And it could literally be feeling like, for the collective, we're jumping through this ring of fire. But we're all going to be just fine. Trust that. Trust we're all going to be just fine. Trust we need to come from the old guard into the new. And so even though it can be tumultuous energy, even though the fires of transformation are burning, it is for our highest good. Knight of Wands too could be an energy of emergency, having to move quickly, things moving quickly. It also could represent, again, that energy of like accidents or something to do, some sort of event to do with travel. Okay. Now that I'm looking at the Nine of Pentacles too, there could be issues with agriculture, because this is a collective reading. I'm seeing her, she has the apple, which is also representation of temptation, but also there's fruit in her hat. And so there could be some agricultural issues, more agricultural issues, issues with birds. Just pay attention to the signs. We do, though, have the Queen of Pentacles, which is beautiful. Again, this represents an element of fertility. It's like from the fires of transformation, from the old guard, there is this new opportunity for abundance coming in for all of us who want to claim it. If we're willing to kind of do things in a different way, I'm hearing, or see things in a different way, this time could be very, very abundant for many. We have the rabbits, which represent fertility. And I'm just feeling like there could be a lot of growth and manifestation in the physical world as well. Also, now that I'm looking at the Knight of Wands, there could be fires, could be a big thing as well for earth events that take place in May. Bottom of the deck there, we have the Ace of Swords. So from this time of maybe confusion or things not being what they seem, there is going to be truth, there is going to be clarity, there is going to be justice. Ace of Swords coming out. I'm hearing you have the key. You already have the key. You already know. And so just trust your higher wisdom. Stay balanced during this time. You can come into big wish fulfillment with the star, okay? It's interesting energies coming through. Definitely with the star, and then the Seven of Cups with the stars too. It's like the stars, the cosmos are affecting us all at this time. Could be even more that comes out, like with NASA and space or things related to stars. More information that comes out about the sun. More solar flares, because the sun is a star. Just trying to pick up what I can pick up from the collective with these cards, because I feel like the symbolism is important. Fires, agriculture, divine justice, or truths being revealed, that balance, karma. Could be actually even about celebrities, some energy coming up or out about certain celebrities with the star and the emphasis on the star with the 7 of Cups. The oceans, the seas, because she has like a snail, or rivers, because there's a river behind her. We'll have the key though. The key of intuition, the key of knowing, the key of knowledge. Just trust what you know. Use your discernment. Right. Final messages. I'm going to use the Sacred Destiny Oracle cards by Denise Linn. Spirit, final messages for the collective and for us individually. Abundance. So could be abundance changes, but also I do feel towards the end of May, abundance could be coming in big ways, big unexpected ways for many of us. And so just know that spirit is your source and there is always enough. If you believe that, everything that you need will always come to you exactly when you need it, okay? Any other final messages, Spirit? Any other final messages you want to bring through? I'm just hearing don't fear. Yeah, I'm hearing don't fear. It is a time of healing chaos, but a time of transformation with the butterflies. And I'm wearing my butterfly shirt today. So big transformation is taking place. But the transformation and the healing chaos is going to bring in big blessings. Okay. There may be periods of a standstill, things not moving forward. But that standstill energy is important for recalibration, I'm hearing. It's also important for rest. Because there's big potential for growth, big potential to reach the peak, big potential for success. All is possible now. Step into your power, and you will always be safe and supported. Patient with divine timing. You're exactly where you need to be. You will come into the miracle of this time. You will come into the miracles of your divine path, of your divine timeline, of your highest destiny. Right, I think that's where I want to stop. For the collective, potentials for change of power, as I picked up on, there will be miracles. Again, that energy of transportation or derailment with standstill, feeling very strongly. There's a lot of blessings though. In the chaos, there is a lot of healing taking place. It's going to be more abundance, but it's going to come with change. And we're all just being asked to be patient with divine timing at this time. All right. Interesting. May's an interesting month. It's definitely a wild card, but you're going to get through it. And so always know that you are divinely directed and protected at all time, and you are loved infinitely. I love you, and I hope that you have a great month of May. Take care.